Hello, Internet. I'm Matt Haas. You're on the Awesome Wood Things channel. Welcome to another All Things YouTube, a show where we talk about all things YouTube. I have an awesome show for you tonight. I am fired up. A lot of good news from the YouTube engineering team. That's what I do on this show. I take the public news of the week, I break it all down, and I translate it into what you need to know to be successful on YouTube, because I have a woodworking channel on YouTube, but I love the tech companies. I follow the tech news just for funsies. All of them: Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, and Google, because YouTube is owned by Google. It's just something that fascinates me, and that's my goal here on this show, is to make YouTube the best place for content, because I'm no fan of the cable companies. I am all about user-generated video content. It is the future. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, so many awesome people in the chat. Bring your friends in if you want. We have Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop in the chat. Brenda G from Brenda G's Designs. Shane's Hobby Shop. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's. Portal Woodworks, that's David Jones. Welcome, welcome, welcome. More people are pouring in. Before I get started, I would like to thank everyone who has made this financially possible and is supporting me through the Patreon and other crowdfunding sources. Look what we got. I have a new overlay. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? I worked hard on this. Here we go. My top tier patrons: Jerry Brown, Polly Wants a Crafter, Osprey Mama, also Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir's, big supporter. And we've got some other patrons here. The newest addition, Shane's Hobby Shop. Welcome, Shane, to the Patreon family. Another new addition, Miter Mike's Workshop. Hello, Miter Mike. Hashtag Marvelous McKenna. His daughter's dealing with some pretty serious health issues. We love Marvelous McKenna. Good luck and blessings to you, little girl. We're rooting for you. She is an inspiration. She's tough as nails. Anna B Workshop, another supporter, brand new supporter on Patreon. OJ Woodcrafts, another sort of new patron. Javi's Woodshop, and Mr. Mike Laffey from Maybe I've Said Too Much. Also, I want to thank Makers Media Network. They are a watcher on Patreon. You can do that. You don't have to donate money. You could just be a watcher. I encourage that. Come be a watcher on the Patreon. Patreon.com/awesomewoodthings. And a special thank you to Marcel from Marcel's Workshop, because he gave me this. Look, my YouTube counter is in its enclosure. I finished that, and it's on a cool boom arm here. And look, I was watching some old videos, and I remembered I had this little spinny thing. So the spinny thing is back. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't know what's going on. All is right with the world. Yes, there's news to talk about. I got some cool new stuff on my channel. Though this YouTube video is going to drop soon, probably in the next couple days, probably at the end of this week. And when it does, I'm giving away several low-dollar Amazon gift cards. I'm not that rich. Oh, and I got a new card there. Look, I made a new little graphic. I am just... All of this is for you. And this is a new shirt. Yes, this is the same color yellow shirt that I always wear on live streams, but it's a new shirt. I'm stepping up my game at Awesome Wood Things here on the All Things YouTube show. Remember, if you have a question about the content during the show, just use the @ symbol and type in Awesome Wood Things, so I'll see it. It'll highlight nice and bright orange. Also, super chats will always get my attention. Remember, if you give the super chats, you'll turn on these lights here, and these lights will fire, and that'll be fun. We'll have a quick little dance party here. Show you what they're all about. Yes. And I made this strobe light a little brighter. I took the little cover off of it, so now it's even more intense for extra awesomeness. Yeah, those lights are connected to the internet, so they'll detect a super chat. Plus, I'll see the super chat. Oh, who else just jumped in here? Know what mom knows. Hi, Shelly Cole. We lovingly call her mom in this community, and she's wonderful. IE Supposed to Vid is here. Hello, that is my brother Michael. Say hi to Michael, i.e. Supposed to Vid. I have a question, says Brenda G Designs. How can you go off and leave me unsupervised on Thursday for the live show? Brenda's talking about Mind Equals Blown. Yes, this is my other live stream that's not on the Awesome Wood Things channel. Instead, that's on the Brenda G's Designs channel. And it's a show about shenanigans. We say interesting facts that will blow your mind. We ask the audience to give us interesting facts that will blow our minds. We reward you with virtual tacos and cowbell rings. And it's not about woodworking. It's not about YouTube. It's not about crafting. It's about awesomeness, and it's a support stream as well. Support for the YouTubes. Check that out. It's Mind Equals Blown, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on Brenda G's Designs. That's the channel name, Brenda G's Designs. And she is in the chat. Say hello to Miss Brenda G's Designs. And I want to give a special thank you to Kilroy79763 on Twitch. That's Mr. Al Forte. He's also in the chat as Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. He's in my earbuds today watching the chat. And you cannot hear him. Only I can hear him. And he is on the Discord. I have a Discord. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. If you want to play along on Discord and watch the chat and talk in my ear while I'm live on the show, that could be fun for you. I dropped a 24-hour Discord link in the chat. That's how to get there. Marcel's workshop is here as well. Hello, Marcel. Frankie, CNC and Woodworking. Hello, hello. Speaking of tacos, did you see what I tagged you in today? Yes, there is taco shenanigans on the Facebooks today. I love it. Please tag Matthew Haas on Facebook if there's any taco-related memes. I want them all. Drop a big old like on this channel page, please. Like. That'll help me. Although I don't know if it does any good because these shows go unlisted after they're done being live. They're fully public when they're live, but they're unlisted because I'm trying to keep the show mostly woodworking related. But go ahead and drop me a like. It's free for you to do, and it will help me out. And I have to decide, let me know, chat room, should I put this helmet on my thing here for the rest of the show? You know what this is? This is a Daft Punk robot helmet. Kilroy79763, Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. He made that for me. So thank you. Thank you for that. And I have some more cool stuff to show as I did some mailbag opening. So I opened some mail today. I want to share with you some of the cool stuff I got in the mail. Oh, I got a 1 yes for having the robot head appear on the show. Let me know if you like the robot head, and I'll keep it there, and I'll remove it if you don't like the Daft Punk robot head. I got another, of course. Excellent. All right. Who wants to know about the news of I think you should wear the helmet, Matt. Don't tempt me to wear the helmet. I actually had a quote out for someone to make me this helmet, to actually sculpt it and manufacture the helmet with the LEDs on the stripe. $1,500. And I was seriously considering it, but I don't have $1,500. Al's telling me he knows where I can wear the helmet. All right, so let's talk about the news of the week. Now, this is straight from the YouTube engineering team. Okay, the subscriber feed is no longer going to be first in, first out. It's going to be algorithmically driven based on projected watch time. And they're going to get rid of the host. They're going to put Ethan from H3H3 as the new host of the Creator Insider channel, the Creator Insider YouTube channel. And everyone's getting kicked out of the YouTube Partner Program, and they're going to grant people back in. It's going to take up to, well, it's not going to take quite 12 months. So all of the future earnings are going to go away, and then they're going to get kicked out of the YouTube Partner Program, and then they will they'll grant people back in with a new process of being granted back in the YouTube Partner Program, and it will probably take less than 12 months. That's all April Fools. Happy April Fool's Day. None of that's true. The subscriber feed is still going to be first in, first out. No one's going to take your monetization away. And Ethan from H3H3 is not going to be the new host of the Creator Insider YouTube channel. Just kidding, just kidding. Frankie says he's been getting cool stuff in the mail and doing some cool stuff on his channel soon. He's telling me. Excellent, Frankie CNC and Woodworking channel. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, who wants the real news of the week? Let's get that going. There is some cool new stuff. All right, so I love new stuff. Okay. Let's see here. Where am I at? Okay. Let me share. Oh, I hope this is okay. Yep. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, so let's go to a video and go to a videos analytics. All right. So, okay. Do you see some new stuff? There is some new stuff. Let me get my magnifier widget going, which will probably not work the first couple. Oh, it is. It's working. Okay. All right. First is they are now surfacing the name of the file that you've uploaded as a video upload. Look at this right here. File name. So this Makers Rock Bohemian Rhapsody art.mp4, that was my file name that I gave that file when I uploaded it to the system. Now, you cannot download your original file. You can download, you know, what YouTube does with, because when you upload a video to YouTube, they actually compress it a little bit and do special things to it to make it work on the platform. They used to return you your exact file that you sent them, but they don't do that anymore. But if you want to know what the name of the video was that you've uploaded, that's the name of it. So they're putting that there for you. So that's nice. That's new. That's new. And look down here. Oh, let me reposition this. Give me 1 second. Do you see something different in the tags area? Look at that. You know what that is? That's the copy button. You can now copy tags on the beta screen. Watch. Boom. Copy all tags copied to clipboard. Whoop whoop. Can I get a what? Now, you know, how much engineering effort did it take to do those two simple things? Probably not much, but hey, I'm appreciative of that. Al is asking me a question. He asked me, what's the green 8 next to the arts tag? That is an artifact of my extension, TubeBuddy. And what that's trying to tell you is the weight of that tag somehow. So it's basically saying out of score of where this video ranks in YouTube search results. So it's an indicator of how powerful that tag is. Apparently, I'm not even showing. This 8 right here is what he's talking about here. It's on a scale of 0 to 100. That little green 8. Now my thing's crapping out. Hold on. I need a magnifier that doesn't that works 100% of the time. Nope. Come on, magnifier. You're messing my show up last time. Darn it, it's not working. Well, can you see the 8 there? You can kind of see the 8. Yeah, that's an artifact of TubeBuddy. It's a representation of how good that. Oh, there we go. I think I know what's happening. There's a nice big 8. Yeah, where those videos are ranking in YouTube with that same tag. That's what that is. Awesome. Okay, so what else is going on? The homepage of YouTube now has a see all link for subscriptions. So when you're out on the front page of YouTube, let me do that, and you get the subscriber shelf from your, okay, yeah, here it is. Let me go to demo. from your subscriptions. See that right there? Okay, so from your subscriptions. From your subscriptions. This link right there. Can you see that? Yes. See all. That wasn't there recently, and now it is. And what that see all link is it just jumps you to your subscribers page. Boom. First in, first out. Isn't that nice? So that's a new feature that's on the platform. Let's see. And that is the news of the week. Desert Bum Woodworking is here. Hi, Chuck. That's Chuck. Harneo Media is here. Good to have you here. I'm a proud member of Makers Media Network. Harneo Media helps run the Makers Media Network. So we're happy about that. Okay. The news of the week. YouTube is getting better and better, and I'm thrilled about that. Check this out. I got some stuff in the mail today. I got SK Crafts. SK Crafts sent me a sticker from Norfolk. Yes, so this came through the mail with the royal mail stamp. Isn't that cool? Science Week. So yes, Science Week with the little test tube. I like that. So thank you for my sticker. If anyone wants to send me stickers, that is my address. You can send me stickers. Or if you want a sticker, just ask me and I will mail it to you. No questions asked. Just let me know. I think we got a super chat in here. Know what mom knows. $1 super chat. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. Now look what happens. When there's a super chat, your name gets preserved down here the entire show. Now it'll stay lit in the chat and hover up the top, and it'll eventually go away. But not on Awesome Wood Things channel. Super chats stay for the entire show. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. Got a dance party going here. Let's get some more lights on here just for funsies, shall we? Yes. Strobe light. Green light. Red light. Whoop, whoop. Oh, yes. Always wanted to try Super Chat. You deserve more. First time Super Chat. Thank you. I am thrilled to be your first time Super Chatter. I want a bass boat, says Shane's Hobby Shop. Someone give that man a bass boat. We should start a GoFundMe for Shane to get him that bass boat. Let me drop Shane's or Shelly's channel in the chat here. Know what Mom knows. All right. This is Know What Mom Knows link in the chat. And thank you for them getting a message coming through. Know what Mom knows. Yes. Hope you're feeling better. I know there was a rash of illnesses ripping through your household. Al just told me in my ears we should start a new channel, Awesome Bass Boat Things. Can you help co-host that show with me, Shane? Awesome Bass Boat Things. We'll talk nothing but bass boats. You'll have to educate me a lot because I know very little about bass boats. Oh, Brenda's saying Shelly's going to cut up some pallets on the live stream. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. Marcel from Marcel's Workshop just gave me a chat message on my future video where I show you how I make the enclosure for Marcel's awesome real-time sub counter. He is going to include a little prize as part of my giveaway. Thank you, Marcel, from Marcel's Workshop on YouTube. Go check him out on the YouTubes. He's awesome. Total of 6 videos, I think, on his channel. But, you know, hey, what's there is awesome, and I'm glad you are on the YouTubes. Let's go over there. Marshall's Workshop. There he is. Copy link address. Oop, did I do it? There we go. This is Marcel's Workshop. Boom. In the chat. Thank you. Yeah, now see, look at this YouTube. See, now this is an interesting fact about his YouTube sub counter. This one here, see, look how narrow it is. Here, I have the version that burst into flames. So this is what Marcel gave me. This is a real-time YouTube sub counter. This has a Wi-Fi chip and a processor in it, and then this is the readout. And in my configuration, this circuit board is soldered real close to here. And on Marcel's version, he has this circuit board external. So he was able to make his much skinnier. But on my unit, since that was together, I tried to make mine as small as possible, but I had to account for that size, so I had to, you know, put the equidistant up on top and then equidistant over, and so this is as small as the enclosure as I could make it with the double soldered on circuit board, and I think it's a perfect size, and I got my camera mounts on it. Perfect for live streaming. Totally digging it. And then I hot glued this little spinner on the back. Hot glue is amazing. If you don't have a hot glue gun in the workshop, get on it. Stuff works all kinds of awesome for all kinds of cool things. Jim Dockrell's here. Uh-oh. Where are my mods? Moderate that chat. You never know what's going to happen when Jim Dockrell's in the house. He's like, you know, typical response, and then bam, something out of left field. We love you, Jim. We love you. Awesome sauce. So what else is going on? All right, let me tell you. Okay, so Makers Rock, that is the yearly album art creation giveaway, and that has ended. But the contests on individual user channels some are still cranking. Mine, I haven't picked a winner yet. I'm going to pick a winner Saturday the 6th. Okay, so, and I'm going to do mine on Facebook, facebook.com/awesomewoodthings. I'm going to pick a winner, and you can still enter. If you want to win my artwork, you can go to my video page. I just dropped the video link, and then you put the word Freddy in a comment. That's all you need. That's all you need to do, and then you're entered to win. I'm going to pick a winner, and I'm going to mail my artwork to you. It's an album cover that looks like the album from Freddie Mercury's, it's Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody album. So I think that's cool. So get in on it. How hard is it to drop a comment? That's all you need to do. Okay. For those watching closely on facebook.com/awesomewiththings, I did a quick live stream a couple hours before the show because Paul Corliss from Paul's Messy Workshop, I posted that I would want something 3D printed, and he said, I'll do it. And he did, and he sent it to me real fast, too. Oh, Not Just Sawdust is here. Hello, Not Just Sawdust. Look at this. You know what this is? It's a double tetrahedron. So it's a 4-sided pyramid, all triangles, no square on the base. And it's as if, can you see the 2 triangles? It's as if you've took 2 of those objects and fused them together. And he made me one this size. And then this was his test, the bigger one. Two double tetrahedrons. Now ask yourself, What is the most awesome item that can be made on a 3D printer? The answer is unquestionably double tetrahedrons. I mean, that's just without question. So thank you, Paul, from Paul's Messy Workshop, for making me not one, but two double tetrahedrons on his 3D printer. I love them, and I'm going to turn these into a piece of artwork and make a video about it. These are going to be modified or extended, added to, and it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be on a future Awesome Wood Things project build video. And just for funsies, he also made me this. Does anyone know what this is? Drop this in the chat if you think you might know what this is for. Some woodworkers out there might know. Mike from I Supposed to Vid says, "Great everlasting gobstopper double tetrahedrons." I think didn't the everlasting gobstoppers have more little points? Maybe. Knob wrench, Marcel's Workshop. It is a knob wrench. This wrench works with the rigid oscillating spindle sander, a coffee scoop. Maybe it's a tobacco pipe. No. It works with the rigid oscillating spindle sander. The knob at the top is left-hand thread, and you have to really wrench it down hard, and it's hard to sometimes manipulate that with your fingers. So a lot of people make custom-made wrenches that fits over that knob, and then you can crank it in the correct direction. Yep. Jim Dockrell says wrench for rigid oscillating sander. You're right. You're right. So Paul made me that as well. So look at this. He made me 3 objects on his 3D printer, and the son of a gun refused to take any money. I couldn't even PayPal him anything. I'm going to get you back. I appreciate that. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs. He's also making me a 3D printed octopus. Apparently there's an octopus you can print in one print, and then when you break apart a few little thin pieces, and the arms get all floppy and wavy, but there's no assembly. It prints the whole thing, and then you take away just a little support, a couple supports, and then you've got fully articulated arms, 8 arms on an octopus. So I'm going to be getting a red octopus, and then I'm going to feature him somewhere on the screen here. I think that's fun. Yeah, Mike says the everlasting gobstoppers are not double tetrahedrons on the official movie. But they are a cool geometric shape. No doubt about it. So what else is going on? What else is going on? I can do a channel review if someone's interested in that. I think I've done most of the people that were here. And what else is going on? Have you heard about Article 13? Ooh, yeah, it passed. Article 13. Do we know what that is? Do we care? Oh, Brenda says she's getting one too. What, an oscillating spindle sander? Or a double tetrahedron? That's not sure what Brenda G from Brenda G's Design's talking about. But hey, if she's getting one too, that can only be a good thing. Yeah, the Article 13 it's part of a larger initiative that passed across the EU, the European Union. So all of the countries in Europe, well, less the UK, soon to be, but all countries that are governed by the European Union now have to enact their own laws that will effectively change the way copyright works across the internet. And the gist of it is platforms that allow user-generated content, like YouTube, user-generated content, users create videos. Twitter users create posts. Blogs, people write blogs on their websites. Instagram, people post photos to Instagram.
It's
anything that allows users to create content and share them. It used to be if someone used intellectual property that wasn't theirs and posted it, the person who posted it is legally responsible for that nefarious act of using content that they didn't own. So I, as a user, post something I'm not allowed to post to YouTube, I get in trouble. I get the legal action. It was my action. I posted content I didn't own, and now I'm legally responsible. That's the way the world was up until this passed. Now that Article 13, which is part of a larger initiative, has passed, it's changed. YouTube, the platforms, are now going to become legally responsible for nefarious acts of their users. So if I post something I don't own to YouTube, YouTube gets sued, not me, YouTube. So what's that going to do? It's going to make YouTube, it's going to make YouTube very cautious about what they allow on their platform. They're going to ramp up the robots sniffing out stuff that is owned by someone else, and if there's a match, they're not going to allow that on the platform. But you know, there's all kinds of ways around filters. Do you ever see people like shrink something or reverse it, or put snow over an image, or put like a spinning overlay over top of footage that they don't own? All of that is meant to fool the algorithm, because the algorithm works by looking at the pixels and coming up with a hash, which is a mathematical equation. It's an answer to a mathematical problem using information about the image. And they could do the same thing with sound waves. They look for the sound waves, and they look for visual identical images. And you can put a color overlay on it and just change everything. So you can get around that pretty easily, but the law is the law. The law is you're not supposed to use stuff that you don't own. So if you like subtly tweak something just to sneak it through the filter, doesn't mean it isn't illegal. It's still illegal. So people who are users in the UK are going to have it bad, and people worldwide are going to have it bad, because YouTube's now going to have to start writing checks. They're liable. They're liable. So what are we saying in the chat about Article 13? Matt, is it worth taking existing videos and adding captioning, or talking them and cleaning them up, reposting, or taking them out and clean? Okay, so this is a different question from Jim Bashir's about captioning. Well, I recommend all uploaded videos, not live streams, all uploaded videos have captions. But the question is, he has a back catalog of things that don't have captions in them, and should he go back and do that? I think the answer is, are those old videos catching views? If they are, it might be worth it. I know Mark Lindsay from Mark Lindsay CNC, his content is something that's viewed over and over again. He's teaching a process. He's teaching CNC work. So all things CNC, particularly around the Vectrix or the Aspire software. And so his stuff is evergreen. It's not getting old. It's always relevant, and people are always hitting it. That type of content, yes, go back and caption. He's actually had people request that he caption his stuff because they're trying to learn it from who speak a language other than English. It's a lot of time that you've got to invest in doing that. So I would say, yes, it's valuable overall. Is the payoff worth it? I would say if they're still catching views, or you suspect they'll still catch views in the future, yes, go ahead and add captioning to it. And remember, we recently learned a few weeks ago that changing the metadata of an already published video has no impact whatsoever on whether or not YouTube's going to push it out or the rate that they'll push it out. The only impact, changing anything, closed captioning included, but also titles, descriptions, keywords, could change any of that. And the only impact you'll have is if the change you've made is a better change, an exact no difference change, or a worse change. But just the fact that you're changing it will not trip the algorithms. That used to be the thinking, but that has been proven not true. Paul's Messy Workshops here. He says, "Hey Matt, hi Paul, I just showed off your awesome work that you sent me. Thank you." Anna B from Anna B's Workshop is here. Hi Anna B. Anna B is a recent Patreon supporter of Awesome with Things. Good to have you here. A lot of Patreon supporters in the chat, so appreciate all of you out there. So to finish off Jim Bashir's questions, no, I would not remove them and repost them. If you do remove them and repost them, give it a new title, change it some way, like add a new end card, not card, but add something new to the video. It's kind of suspicious if you take something down and put something back up and the video itself is exactly the same. You know, even though it's legit and you're doing it for a legit reason, that is a behavior that some people use to game the system, and they're watching for that. Not Just Sawdust says, yes, Article 13 is going to even be a problem for government institutions. We found out in the Netherlands, says Not Just Sawdust. And this is the thing. Just because this passed the European Union, it's not law. It's guidelines for the countries to make their own laws. So each country is going to make their own laws under the guidance that this mandate, which is Article 13, which is part of a larger legal work. I don't know what to call it. So some, like Finland might have it one way, and Norway might have it another, and France might have it slightly different. And one of those three countries could be more aggressive or less. It's going to be a nightmare. And, you know, where do they get off? You know, in the United States, we have, you know, they figured this out a long time ago with the telephone company, like voice telephone before the internet. They figured out all this legal framework, and they were like, the Ma Bell at the time should not be liable if someone does something bad spoken over voice over the telephone. Like, you can't sue Ma Bell. It's just a service. So it's an overreach from the beginning, and I'm freaked out about it. And you know, what does that mean as a YouTuber in the United States? I mean, who knows? Maybe your stuff isn't going to be shown as much to European Union countries. Definitely, if you're in the European Union, YouTube's going to change. Like, you're going to, as an uploader, it's going to be harsh. It's going to be harsh. And everyone who's uploading, it's going to be scrutinized. If there's a slightest whiff that an image or a song or a photo or a video in your published work isn't 100% owned by you, there's going to be restrictions. Why? Because YouTube is now on the fast track of being sued by the copyright owners. It's amazing. And they're also said something that they're going to make a huge worldwide database that everyone can query to see. So if you own something, you can submit your work to this database. And then if that work shows up anywhere, you'll have the fast track to sue. Oh, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I think they should sue the electric company, says Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. No matter how you look at it, it's going to be a pain in the fanny, says Brenda G from Brenda G's Designs. Slow up the vid so the sound is pitched different. Yes, that's a suggestion. See, there's all kinds of ways to get through the algorithm, but that is no legal security for anyone. Just because it's harder to find on the computer doesn't mean someone can't see it with their eyeballs and report it and push out the legal notice. I just imagine like YouTube being sued for $5 100 times a second, every second of every minute of every hour of every day. like there's probably just going to be like a counter rocketing up of how much YouTube owes copyright holders, and it's going to be a nightmare. Al's telling me Marcel can do a counter. Not quite sure what you're getting at there, Al, but Al's telling me Marcel can engineer a counter for all of the dollar amounts that YouTube is owed. It's going to be like the national debt, you know, the little ticker in Manhattan that rise. It's going to be something like that. Imagine, what's this going to do for startups? Like say you want to make your own social network. You want to make the next Instagram, or you want to make the next Twitter, some sort of social app. Now you're on the hook. You gotta start budgeting money just to give to copyright owners, because the users of your platform that you develop are now breaking the law. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna become first strike and you are banned, says Harneal Media. We're not quite sure what the ramifications are, but if you can just get your head around the main concept, which is the platform is now liable, monetarily liable for its users. It's insane. People who break the law need to be punished, not people who not people who own YouTube. It's nuts, I tell you. It's crazy talk. The ticker will be the ceiling fan in the devil's office. Oh my goodness. So that is Article 13 in a nutshell. And I was looking for YouTube's response, and they have one tweet. They're like, okay, now that Article 13 passed, here is YouTube's official response. And I'm like, what? I must have missed something. If anyone has a link to YouTube's official response to Article 13, let me know. I was looking for it. I cannot find it to save my life. All right. Does everyone know that? Did anyone hear about this? You know what this is? This is a Patreon competitor called Subscribestar. Subscribestar. So I have a Subscribestar account. Why? Why not? Because it's free, but it's very much Patreon-like. So you do the posts, and you can tier your posts, public, or if you have subscribers. I have 0 subscribers. But I just wanted to throw it out there that that's a thing now. And yeah, I got one of those. But I also have Patreon too, which is fun. Yeah. Oh, look at this. See, now I'm starting to post. Well, first of all, the way I've been rolling with Patreon is I put the shows after they get done airing. All the live streams are here. And this is fully open to the public. You do not have to be a donor or a patron on Patreon of mine. You don't have to give me money. This is just, so if I ever miss an All Things YouTube and you want to catch the rerun, or, catch it, it won't be on Awesome With Things because it's unlisted on Awesome With Things. But if you come to patreon.com/awesomewiththings, it's right there. Anyone can click it, watch the video. It's just a way that I aggregate all my videos. But I am starting to post images since I now have several patrons. I'm going to start posting original content to Patreon, and this is the setup that I have here for this. This is the boom arm that I have, which is just clamped to a board, which it wasn't quite tall enough, so I put it on a box. It's totally rigged. Like the way I roll is, you know, if it's on the screen, looks good. Everything outside the frame is a complete wreck. This floor behind me is just a mess. I try and keep this clean. There's a few pieces of junk here, but Al's telling me it's in the angle of the camera. OJ Woodworking Crafts is here. Hello, OJ Woodworking Crafts. That is also a new patron up on patreon.com/awesomewiththings. He says hello with an exclamation mark. Good to have you here, OJ. Yes, yes, yes. I just got done going over the news of the week. I talked a little bit about Article 13 from the European Union and how that is a guideline for all of the countries of the European Union: Finland, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, Portugal, on and on. All the countries of the EU, they now have to enact laws based on the guidelines that they just passed. And Article 13 is part of the guidelines, and that means that platforms are now legally responsible when their users post content that they don't own. The copyright owners can now sue YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. It's going to be crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I don't like it. This is the link to YouTube's official response to Article 13. Brenda G Designs just put that in the chat. Thank you, Brenda G's Designs. Let's see what they have to say here. Thought it was just one sentence. Nope, nope, there we go. All right. Yeah, they only posted, this is the second public item that they've put out. The first one took weeks to get up there. Weeks after it was, you know, in consideration. Now that it passed, they published this. Susan Wojcicki doesn't seem quite as concerned with the effect of Article 13 will have on YouTube content creators. Instead, the overall focus seems to be solely on the financial and technical issues concerning this proposed legislation. Susan Wojcicki is the CEO of YouTube. I think I have to target Chrome and then go into my magnifier, and then it will work. Yeah, Wojcicki. How do you pronounce her last name? That's a good question. Yeah, we welcome the chance to work with policymakers. See, that type of language, we welcome the chance to work. That's because this isn't a law. This is guidelines for the countries to make the law. Now she's saying she wants a seat at the table while all the individual countries come together and actually put pen to paper and make laws about this. And I think there's a 2-year limit. So each country has to create their own law within 24 months. After 24 months, they have to have the law on the books. Farm All Fanatics here. Hello, Farm All. Farm All Fanatic does live streams on Friday. When is it? 7:30 or 8? 7:30 or 8 Eastern. And it's a support stream, and it gets crazy. There's 100 people in the first 10 minutes, and it goes up from there. And he is high energy, Farm All Fanatic. Good to have you here, Farm All. I popped in your live stream briefly this last Friday. Caught ya. I can't always catch them on Fridays, but when I do, I like to pop in, say hello. YouTube will pull out of there. Pull out of the European Union? Yeah, maybe they will. 9 to 5 Google's take. I forget what 9 to 5 Google is. I think it's some sort of independent reporting company. 7:30 p.m. Farmall Fanatic. These live streams are nuts. But you know, I'm not blowing smoke. You show up there, it's a different vibe, different good. It is something else. If they don't pen a law within 2 years, then what? Well, then the European Union, that's Jim Dockrell asked that question. The European Union has some sort of penalty for the countries. I think they'll smack them with some sort of monetary pain, like they might tax more stuff that comes into the country, or charge them more or something. There's some monetary incentive for countries that don't have laws on the books within 2 years. I don't exactly know what it is. But believe me, the EU is no joke. That is no joke. The European Union, they're so happy. Do you remember they got Microsoft to take Internet Explorer out of Windows? Do you remember that whole debacle? Yeah, and they love suing Google. They love suing. It's just like it's a legal body as far as I'm concerned. They just hammer any company that they want with lawsuits. Mr. Dutchy Dutch is here. Hi, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. We're talking all things YouTube. Mr. Dutchy Dutch has a lot of gaming content on his channel, and man, he streams a lot. About every 10 times I see a post, I try and jump on. Like, well, I'm trying to get on more of your live streams, but I'm busy. But every now and then I'm in between something, and bing, I see Mr. Dutchy Dutch. I jump on, see what he's doing. He's usually going pew 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 on some kind of shoot 'em up game, streamed on Mr. Dutchy Dutch's channel. But yeah, there will be penalties for a country that doesn't comply, and the EU will make you comply. I don't know how many lawsuits they've had against Google. I don't know how many lawsuits. Apple. They got a problem with everybody, and they swing the hammer. And if you don't obey, they'll refuse you to be in the European Union. Like, your product will not make it to the countries of the European Union. It is a force to be reckoned with. It really is. TFL Works is here. He says, how's it going? Welcome, TFL Works. Glad to have you here. This is All Things YouTube. My name is Matt. You're on the Awesome With Things channel. We're talking about all things YouTube. The EU is the Borg, says Harneal Media. In many ways, they are. They are. I get the feeling, now this is just an opinion, that they want a cash machine, and they just want to sue, and whatever they have in place, it works, because these companies get sued. I mean, for Microsoft to comply with all of the money Microsoft has, that's that alone should tell you the power of the European Union. Microsoft is the company. Do you remember in 1995 when they came out with Windows 95, the name of their operating system? And that was the first time they had the start button on the user interface. You hit the start button and a little menu pops up. You got your apps, you got your recent docs, you got your shortcuts. The start menu. The Rolling Stones had the song Start Me Up. Microsoft wanted to use that song in the television commercial. So they reached out to the Rolling Stones and said, here's a contract. We'll give you, I don't know what it was, like $18,000 if we could use your song in this TV spot. And the Rolling Stones are notorious for not being commercial. Like, they're not milking the marketing. They're not pilfering their audience with merch and stuff like that. They do not like the commercialism side of anything. And just for funsies, they put extra zeros on the contract. I think it was like, so 18,000 turned into 18 million. And they're like, all right. They changed the number, they initialed the number, they signed the contract, and they sent it back. And they thought Microsoft would throw it in the garbage. They cut him a check. There was no more negotiation. They cut him a check for $18 million. And if you go back on YouTube and you look for the commercials for Windows 95, you'll see it's got the Rolling Stones soundtrack in the background because it was all legal. The Rolling Stones signed the contract and they agreed to the changed terms from 18,000 to 18 million. So that just kind of shows you that if the European Union can make a company like Microsoft in the 90s or whenever they started bundling in Internet Explorer, they made them break it apart because Internet Explorer was part of you couldn't separate it. Like it was part of the operating system. And anyway, they're a force. They're a global force to be reckoned with. So anyway, that's the dealio. I mean, it's not to say that they're more powerful than the United States has a lot of influence over a lot of things, but that's no joke. Let's see what the chat is saying here. More countries will join the Britain in leaving. More countries will join Britain in leaving. Italy has pondered the idea, says Jim Dockrell. Are more countries going to leave the EU? Interesting. Boy, that is a complicated bag, the whole Brexit. I know Northern Ireland and Ireland, there is like a weird, like now that they're going to break away, they need to put the boundary, they need to put the toll gate, or, you know, the barrier between those two countries, and there's going to be bloodshed. Both sides do not want a barrier between Ireland and Northern Ireland, because Northern Ireland is part of the EU, or is part of the European, or is part of the UK. It's part of the United Kingdom. Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom because it's England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and something else. And a bunch of little islands. That's part of the United Kingdom. But the European Union is all of Europe. Anyway, so Jim Dockrell says other countries might break away from the EU like the UK did, or the UK is trying to do. Not Just Sawdust says, but all the EU ever got after these big companies is mostly about tax evasion. Ha! Google and all others like Starbucks, etc., are all based in Amsterdam just because they don't like to pay tax. Yeah, there's a term called the Dutch sandwich. Did you ever hear the Dutch sandwich? It's been well known. If you set up satellite companies in 3 specific countries and you transfer money in certain, and you have it, I don't understand the workings of it, but blah, 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 blah. After you do these 3 things in these 3 different countries, boom, it's tax-free. And it's all 100% legal. It's called the Dutch sandwich. And probably Amsterdam is part of the Dutch sandwich. EU says resistance is futile. Yeah. Oh, TFL Works says he subbed to Brenda G. That's good. Everyone should sub to Brenda G. YouTube will not tolerate that. They will absolutely pull out of the EU. That's a good question. Now, that's Farmall Fanatic's statement. There's a lot of money to be made in the EU. Like, there's a lot of eyeballs in the European Union. You know, the Farmall, the dollars and cents will make that prediction come true or remain false. You know, if YouTube is cutting checks left and right and it's starting to hurt their bottom line, or if it's starting to hurt them at all in any amount, if they feel it, if they feel the sting, then they will pull out. And it'll be interesting, because will someone else come in? Who knows? That's that's the business decision. Like, should YouTube pull out of the European Union versus stay? Is it more lucrative to stay and pay the money, or is that's nobody knows. That's a good prediction. I'm not saying you're going to be wrong. I'm not saying you're going to be right, but that's, yeah. When the border comes back, also will the IRA and all the violence with it. That Not Just Sawdust must be talking about the Northern Ireland country border. There's some unrest civil unrest that is predicted to happen, because they tried to do that in the past and it was a bloody, bloody mess. Horrible, sad stuff too. Scotland wants to stay in the EU also. Good on Scotland. Did you ever see those videos, the difference between Ireland and Scotland? The punchline is Scotland always gets in fights. Scots think they're tougher than people from Ireland. That's apparently the joke. I don't get it. Good night, all. Marcel's got to go. Thank you, Marcel. Marcel's Workshop, maker of the MYYTC, the My YouTube counter. Let's see. All right. So that is what we have to look forward to. Thank you, Know What Mom Knows, for my super chat. I appreciate that. That helps keep things going. And all of this fun stuff around here is all supported by super chats and my Patreon supporters. I appreciate you all very. Must be the kilts. Yeah, kilts make the Scots want to fight. Yeah, the joke is, in Ireland, you know, we're all leprechauns and rainbows, and then in Scotland they're beating the pulp out of people. Oh, it's funny, funny stuff. All right, folks, remember, Mind Equals Blown is Thursday. Now, I will not be at the Mind Equals Blown event. This is opening day at my local baseball team, my AA affiliate baseball team. But my good friend Al Forte from Odessa Woodworking Maker Shop, he is going to fill in for me on the host seat. And that is the link to Mind Equals Blown. So click that link and click the reminder bell. Look at this. OJ Woodworking Crafts dropped a 5 bomb, as Farmall would say on his channel. Let me kick on the red there for you too. Thank you, OJ Woodworking Crafts, for the super chat. I appreciate that. And we will put you in the roster up here on my green text down there. Thank you so much for that. Let's pop over to OJ Woodworking Crafts channel. Yes. Oh, 1 week ago? How did I miss this? Turning a spalted maple bowl. I'm digging it. Look at that. I'm trying to get my lathe up and running. Oh, speaking of that, I'm having a technical issue with my lathe. If there's any people that have lathes out there, I have a question for you. So, excellent. This is OJ Woodworking Crafts. Drop this in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe and go over and show OJ some love. Good stuff over there. OJ Woodworking Crafts. I got to work up to doing bowls. Oh, look at that. What is that? Some sort of rotating sander? Looks all mechanical. Neat. Like it's not powered. It just kind of spins on its own. Now, see, I thought I had all my tools. I thought I had a full complement of tools. Maybe not. Maybe I don't. Good stuff over there. OJ Woodworking Crafts. All right, kick off these lights. Do you like the new brighter strobe light? I know it's probably nuts. Oh, hey, I think we got a new person in the chat room, Mr. Doughboy 356. I was shooting a video, says Mr. Doughboy 356. Hello. Brenda G from Brenda G's Designs gave me a heads up, said you might be by. Welcome to the channel. This is All Things YouTube, a show where we talk about how to be awesome on YouTube. I'm calling up your channel. Hope you don't mind. Whoa, look at this. Look at all that awesomeness you have on your banner. Hello. Batman in the background. Look at all these figures. Jeez Louise. That is impressive right off the bat. Mr. Doughboy 356. I'm a coin-wrecking lunatic. She said something about you altering coins on your channel, which I think is awesome. Many people don't realize that the money you own is yours to do with what you want, and you can destroy and alter it. The only legal issue is you can't change the denomination and pass it off as a different denomination. But if you want to make it into jewelry or just destroy it, it's all more power to you. The government don't care. That's my workshop. Awesome workshop. Well, welcome to the channel. My name's Matt. I own the Awesome Wood Things channel, and I talk about YouTube on Mondays on live streams. So I'm glad to have you here. Mr. Doughboy 356. Yes. He does woodworking too. He is awesome, says Brenda G's Designs. Excellent. Thanks for spreading the word, Brenda G. I appreciate it. Anyone else wants to spread the good word about Awesome Wood Things or All Things YouTube, please go ahead and you know, show me the love out there on the interwebs. I appreciate it. Remember, keep an eye on Awesome Wood Things. I'm going to drop a video where I build this YouTube subscriber counter. Well, I build a enclosure for the YouTube subscriber counter, and I'm going to give away some YouTube gift cards. And if I can pull it off, Marcel from Marcel's Workshop is going to include a gift that I can also give away on my upcoming video. It'll probably drop in a few days, probably sometime this week, which the only day I have free is Wednesday evening, because then my rest of my week is pretty full. But anyway, I'll get it done. Keep an eye on Awesome Wood Things for that. Remember, patreon.com/awesomewiththings is where you can find reruns of all these live streams. If you ever miss an All Things YouTube and you want to catch it, it's unlisted on All Things. It's unlisted on Awesome Wood Things. Just go over to patreon.com/awesomewiththings. You do not have to donate. You do not need to donate. It's just a place where I list all the public videos. One click and you can watch all the old live streams. Him and I Woodworking. Hello, Him and I Woodworking. We're just wrapping up here. Glad to have you popping in. Another new woodworking friend of mine. Glad you found the channel. Mr. Doughboy 356 says, hope everyone enjoys my content. I think they will. Who doesn't love altering coins in awesome ways? All right, we will leave it here. Thank you to Know What Mom Knows for the super chat. Thank you, OJ Woodworking Crafts, for the super chat. I appreciate that. I hope everyone, if anyone has show ideas, let me know your show idea. I'll certainly riff off that. I think I'm going to do all of the channel tips condensed into one super show, rapid fire. That's going to be one of them. Click-through rate greater than 8%, average percent viewed greater than 50%, and bip, 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 bip. That's how you win. Smash the thumbs up at least. Oh, thank you for the heads up there, Him and I Woodworking. Please do that. Paul Corliss from Paul's Messy Workshop. Thank you for my double tetrahedron 3D printed objects. I'm going to add to these and make something even more awesome on one of my future videos. Keep an eye on that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone wants a sticker? Anyone wants to send me a sticker like SK Crafts did, that's where you send it. Or if you want one of my stickers, just tell me. I'll mail it to you. You don't have to give me anything. I'll just mail it to you. Anywheres in the world. All right. With that, we'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone. Stay awesome.